Welcome everybody to the Florida Panthers playoff 2024 playoffs preview. Now, I should give you guys a heads up before talking about this. I am kind of feeling a little under the weather. It's one of those things where you have a sinus pressure and stuff like that. It sucks. I hated it. Up here, it's where like the change of temperatures keeps happening every day. You go from hot to cold, hot to cold. It just screws up your sinuses. It sucks. I'm miserable, but I don't want to. I don't want to hinder my. I don't want to let that dictate what I do with everything. So, if you're expecting a Marlins video tonight, what happened was Chicago. It was raining, and I think it was raining, for all I know, pretty bad, to the point where they had to postpone it. Actually, no, they postponed this before the rain even showed up, did they? But either way, so there's no Marlins games tonight, thank God. But our payment is a doubleheader on Saturday, so absolutely. Anyway, to the Florida Panthers. So the Florida Panthers made the NHL playoffs for the fifth straight year. You go back to 2020 with the qualifying round, they lose against the Islanders. Then they made the playoffs against the Lightning. And then they made the playoffs again, third straight year, as President's Trophy winner. Finally ending the 26-year drought by winning the first round. And then going to the second round only to get swept by Tampa Bay Lightning. And then last season, where I recapped all those games in the playoffs last season, where the fourth straight year the Florida Panthers just barely able to make it into the playoffs, from the Pittsburgh loss to Chicago Blackhawks, and from barely even making it to the playoffs to going through that incredible run all the way to the Stanley Cup final against Vegas, ultimately losing to Vegas in the finals. This is the fifth straight year, which is an all-time high for the Florida Panthers, and the success just keeps building and building ever since Bill Zito came into managerial role. And what we got is yet another sunshine rematch between Florida Panthers versus Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, as I previously stated with the years going off, the second time in a row that they made the playoffs, they start off in the first home ice against Tampa Bay Lightning, lose to the Lightning in 6. And then the Lightning went all the way to the finals that season. A year later, same thing. Only this time was worse, because with this game between the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning, the series, as a President's Trophy winner, the Lightning swept the Florida Panthers, and it was brutal. It was just brutal to watch. So this is the third time within the span of 5 seasons where we play against the Tampa Bay Lightning in the playoffs. I don't know about the confidence level. It should be up there, but the Tampa Bay Lightning right now, they're kind of hot. They're kind of hot right now. Vasilevskiy found his old ways. He's now the old Vasilevskiy that they all know and love and hate. But I don't know, guys. We'll see what happens. Florida Panthers have a lot to prove. Their goal is to get back to the Stanley Cup, and I have a feeling with this series, the Battle of Florida, the Sunshine State rivalry in the playoffs once again. The rivalry is just going to keep brewing up and up and up, because both teams are so damn good, so talented. It has to be the Florida superiority. As of right now, Lightning has Stanley Cup championships. The Panthers does not. And they've been in the Stanley Cup finals twice and still have yet to get a Stanley Cup final victory. Any rings. Last season, they were able to get one Stanley Cup game win. That was in Game 3. That was against Vegas. That was the only time the Panthers won a final game. But winning the cup itself, not yet. So with them winning the Atlantic Division and Tampa Bay Lightning coming out as a wild card one, they're a wild card team. We prove to the hockey world that even the wild card teams can make it all the way to the finals. And as of right now, we don't have our backs stacked against the walls this time. We have expectations as the Atlantic Division winners. And right now, we have to find a way, get past the Tampa Bay Lightning through the first round to play the winner of Boston Bruins, which they're gonna look out for blood, or if somehow, some way, the Maple Leafs able to beat the Bruins, and they're also looking for blood. We have to be ready. Now, scoring leaders, Kucherov obviously with 144 points, with 44 goals and 100 assists. 94 points for Reinhart with 57 goals and 37 assists. And then that's for points. Now for goals, like I said with Reinhart, but their top scorer is actually Braden Point. And then Kucherov with 100 assists, like I said. Matthew Tkachuk, I remember last season. You know what he said last season? When he was in Calgary, he hated Edmonton. Now he hates the Lightning. It's going to be a bloodbath. In this rivalry series. Now, whoever wins this one remains to be seen. And I feel confident in the Florida Panthers. I trust them. And the way how they play games on a road, it makes me settle in easy, It makes it settle in easy. Now, in terms of can we win the series? I think so. We have a shot. Are we going to win game one? Probably not. Probably not, because we hardly win game ones anymore. Can they break the game one curse in the first round? That remains to be seen. I hope that happens. Now, when is this game? Game one, as we know so far, is on Sunday, 12:30 p.m. That's a matinee game, which, if you know the definition of matinee is pretty much a big event, whether it's a sporting event or a concert, which is doubtful, by the way. But if there was, the event would happen during the daytime, like in the morning, most likely the early afternoon, like football games, for example. They would normally happen on the matinee time. That's the regular season. Rugby, soccer sometimes, but you get what I'm trying to say. You get exactly what I'm trying to say at this point. It's basically a event that's happening during the day, the daytime, not the typical, evening, nighttime events, like actual daylight, pretty much. And this game face off is at 12:30 p.m. What? 12:30 p.m.? That's crazy. Have the hockey game start that early on Sunday. Now, I guess because they want to get more of the interest for the Rangers and Capitals, because the Rangers are the President's Trophy winner, and they do have their date against the Washington Capitals. But this is a very early one. Are you sure people are going to tune in and watch this game or even attend this game at 12:30 p.m.? I guess we'll see what happens. If this sells out, okay, I guess it kind of worked. But don't do it again, because most people would prefer it to happen during the night, like at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. That part we wouldn't mind so much. But 12:30, I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, guys, that's your preview. Now, almost one more thing. Who will we play against during the Eastern Conference if we somehow make it that far again? Will it be the Rangers, perhaps? Will it be the Islanders? Or will it be the Carolina Hurricanes? Because the Carolina Hurricanes, they are the favorite to go all the way to the Stanley Cup final. It's them. It remains to be seen, folks. But either way, that is your playoff preview. This is more so the round one preview. I'll call it whatever I think it'll be necessary. But yeah, folks, this is your preview right here. I hope we get this one. It finally beat the freaking Lightning, as they were able to beat the Lightning during regular season 2-1, and all the games that these teams won were on the road. We go to Amalie Arena in Tampa, swept them there at the roadside, but come Emirates Bank Arena, they have beaten us there. So we'll see what happens with this one, folks. Now we're a completely different beast between the regular season and the playoffs. How will the Florida Panthers adapt from the regular season to the playoffs? We'll see what happens. All right, that's going to do for this one. I'm going to bed, trying to rest up. Hopefully I'll be more covered tomorrow. But we'll see what happens with this one, folks. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content. As always, go Panthers. And yeah, folks, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I have your back. And when I do, I'll be right there with you for your teammate you deserve. This is Miami TVG. Sign out, folks. Good night, everybody.